News Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Trenton Whiting. Amaya Norman has the night off. Bay City Police is searching for a missing person. Maria Hernandez was last seen in the Bay City HEB parking lot wearing a white shirt with polka dots. Bay City PD is looking for any information on her whereabouts. Those who know something should call the department at 979-245-8500. In Texas, a controversial bill is now sitting on Governor Greg Abbott's desk, one that could dismantle a multi-billion-dollar industry. 25 News Now weekend anchor Amaya Norman has more.
As Senate Bill 3 lands on the governor's desk, to veterans and those managing chronic pain, they are raising concerns. To understand the importance of this bill, we spoke to 3 people that could be impacted. Senate Bill 3 has officially passed the state Senate and is awaiting action from Governor Abbott. The bill targets hemp products and all THC.
But this is a wildly unpopular move by Lieutenant Dan, right? Nobody wants this. Nobody asked for it. Nobody wants it.
Supporters of the bill, including Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, says these products are dangerous and even claim they'll kill your kids. But hemp councils and shop owners see it differently.
Every industry has a company that's not great, right? That doesn't do things right. Nobody shuts down the industry, right? They just go after the bad actors.
Come September, if the bill passes, thousands of stores could be forced to clear their shelves and more than 50,000 Texans could be out of work.
To continue the disconnect, you look at the Agriculture Commissioner, Sid Miller, who has said this will not affect farmers. That shows a complete and utter lack of connection to the industry.
Some argue the Senate lacks real education on how these products work, and the impact wouldn't just hit vape shops or CBD retailers. It would ripple far beyond.
These products are heavily regulated. They're very well tested. And our veteran community and the VFW specifically is latched onto hemp.
Agriculture experts say this bill could devastate hemp's farmers, many of whom transitioned from traditional crops to grow what was once considered the future of Texas agriculture.
And it's not just the money, it's the time, the labor, and the belief in the state-sanctioned opportunity. The state of Texas told us that, they were going to be the greatest hemp-producing state in the United States 6 years ago. And then here we are today after, thousands of people have invested their livelihood and their time into an industry that the state of Texas welcomed us into.
Devin Sharp, a farmer who grows hemp, started his agriculture career in Victoria and later moved to San Antonio, where his business is now located. He expressed, "We trusted the government, and now all of our hard work feels wasted."
At the end of the day, we followed the law. We trusted the government, the state of Texas, when it told us that hemp was legal and a promising opportunity. We did everything by the book. We got licenses, we paid taxes, we created jobs, and we tried to build something meaningful.
Local shops that specialize in THC products are also raising concerns. They say they're not only just worried about their businesses, but about their customers.
Everything else here is from him. So this ban would, in essence, shut our business down for sure.
Degoyalo, who manage a local hemp shop, says this bill is going to impact a lot of lives, especially people who use these products for pain, anxiety, or other health reasons. She fears a ban like this won't make the problem go away. It will just drive people to the black market where unsafe products are sold.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go back to those old lives. They don't want to go back to being labeled these terrible things when for the past 5-6 years, they've had full access to the medication that they need, and they've seen the difference.
Now, the future of hemp in Texas is in the hands of Governor Abbott, with thousands of jobs, businesses, and lives hanging in the balance. Amaya Norman, KAVU TV, 25 News Now.
That'll lead us right to our viewer poll for the night, which is, do you think Governor Abbott will veto the hemp ban? We've got a couple of options there for you. Yes, he'll veto it, but he shouldn't. No, he will veto it, or he won't veto, but he should. And about 62% of people, that's a pretty drastic change from earlier, saying that no, he probably will not veto the ban, but maybe he should. Maybe you should consider it. Well, we appreciate you for voting in our viewer polls, and it's definitely not too late for you to participate. We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote. The Victoria County Commissioners will meet tomorrow at 10 a.m. to discuss several agreements and contracts. They'll consider contracts with several counties, including the County Regional Juvenile Justice Center, and they'll also discuss the approval of the Best Friends Animal Society Partner Up Challenge Grant. Commissioners Court meets at the County Courthouse at 115 North Bridge Street in room 241. The Victoria County Public Health Department is hosting a new initiative to locate and assist people with substance use disorders. The Texas Icon Project happens every Monday in June at the Be Well Victoria Resource Center. Local community health liaison Michaela Dinkins will educate residents on substance use disorder and provide plans to help those with substance issues find treatment and support services. It's located at 2805 North Navarro Street. Those interested can email bewell@vctx.org for more information. Hurricane season is here, and the Office of Emergency Management is helping residents prepare for the upcoming storm season. Public Health Emergency Preparedness Coordinator Ralph Montez is holding a free class to help residents plan for a hurricane. The first information session is this Thursday, June 12th at 5 p.m. It's at the VC PhD classroom at 2805 North Navarro Street. For more information, call Ralph Montez at 361-580-5770. Now, while we're on the topic, I'm happy to pass it to maybe a local expert here, a meteorologist, Jacob Lozano, who'll be providing us the forecast for this week. So, Jacob, what's it going to be looking like?
Thank you, Trenton. Rain chances are on the way for us here, but temperatures will also be decreasing for us as we head on through the week here coming into tomorrow. But 79 degrees is what we're at right now. And, well, we got to 94 degrees today. It felt like 105 outside, so that heat index was relatively high. Still lacking on the rain, but the rain is actually on the way. There's actually a major system going up right now around the DFW area, and that's moving in a southeasterly direction, but it will be weakening as it makes its way down here. But we could see some rain with this as we have a marginal risk here for tomorrow, but I'll be talking about that coming up in the full weather report. Trenton?
Thank you, Jacob. The Victoria Economic Development Corporation will host State Representative A.J. Louderback at the upcoming meeting. VEDC will meet Tuesday, June 10th at 7:30 in the morning. The meeting is at 702 North Main Street in room 205. An invasive ant is causing problems across the country. The Asian needle ant has a sting that is sharp, sudden, and sometimes dangerous. The ants are increasingly invading backyards and biting gardeners. The ants don't leave trails, so they are hard to find and track. These ants are carnivorous and look for prey including fleas, beetles, grasshoppers, and their favorite, termites. There are reports of people having serious allergic reactions to needle ant stings. Scientists want to inform people about these ants because they reach their yearly peak numbers in July and August. New data suggests there's a link between lying and credit card debt. A new survey from the online marketing firm LendingTree found out that about 4 out of 10 consumers with credit card debt have lied about it. The trend expands with wealth, apparently. The survey found that rose to about half for those who earn more than $100,000 a year and are in credit card debt have lied about it. LendingTree analysts say Americans generally carry more guilt and shame about credit card debt than they do with student loans or home mortgages. The firm says the nation's collective credit card balance is about $1.2 trillion. It found that people carry an average amount of $7,300. The average credit card interest rate is right around a staggering 21.4%. Now, after the passing of former Congressman and Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner, Texas Representative Jolanda Jones is announcing her intent to run for his position in Congress. Now, for more on this Texas Tribune article, come to crossroadstoday.com. Now, coming up, the Trump administration responds to ICE protests in Los Angeles.
And here's that severe weather event going up around the Dallas area. It's starting to make its way in there, but are we going to see a tail end of this? We'll be talking about that coming up.
Protests in Los Angeles over recent immigration raids escalated overnight as crowds clashed with law enforcement. President Donald Trump deployed 2,000 National Guardsmen to the area to help control the situation. The last time the National Guard was federalized in LA was in 1992 when protests erupted after a jury found 4 LAPD officers not guilty in the beating of Rodney King. Jen Sullivan is tracking the latest out of LA and has reaction from law enforcement and community members.
The National Guard now in the Los Angeles area to help control the protests. Saturday, law enforcement in LA used smoke bombs and flashbangs to break up crowds as protests escalated over recent immigration raids. Crowds began protesting Friday after dozens of people were arrested by federal immigration agents as the Trump administration cracks down on unauthorized immigration. The latest raids instilling fear and anger in many Southern California communities.
Our community is living in a state of terror.
Crowds taking over the streets, shutting down traffic. This car set on fire in Paramount, about 20 minutes south of LA, where authorities tried to control the crowds. The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department releasing an advisory Saturday, saying in part, protesters became increasingly agitated, throwing objects and exhibiting violent behavior toward federal agents and deputy sheriffs. The White House deploying 2,000 National Guardsmen to help local authorities in Los Angeles. The Secretary of Homeland Security defending the decision on CBS's Face the Nation Sunday.
National Guard soldiers are there to provide security for operations and to make sure that we have peaceful protests.
Some leaders, though, think it's a drastic response.
This is really just an escalation of the president coming into California. We haven't asked for the help. We don't need the help.
California has the highest unauthorized immigrant population in the country, according to data from the Pew Research Center, with roughly 1.8 million in 2022. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
California Governor Gavin Newsom says he called President Trump on Friday about the immigration raid protests in Los Angeles. The 40-minute call took place after the wide-scale immigration enforcement began in Los Angeles Friday. California Governor Gavin Newsom said the president's actions are sowing chaos so the federal government can have an excuse to escalate. Newsom says the state has the resources necessary to bring the protests under control and does not need the National Guard. However, the White House criticized the state's Democratic leaders and accused them of abdicating their responsibility to protect their citizens. Trump signed off on deploying 2,000 National Guardsmen to Los Angeles, and about 300 members of the California National Guard are in the city midday Sunday. A new CBS poll says most Americans support President Trump's deportations of immigrants who are in the U.S. illegally. However, more people say they do not like Trump's approach. The survey found that 55% of those who responded said they like Trump's deportation program, but 56% said that they disapproved of how he was going about it. 63% said the Trump administration should let people have a court hearing or go through a U.S. legal process before deporting someone who is not a U.S. citizen. Only 32% said the immigration policies are making the country stronger. Now experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus.
Well, we've got some severe weather going on up north, but are we going to be seeing any severe weather this week? I'll be talking about that coming up after the break. Good evening, Crossroads. It's been feeling like summer these past couple of days. I went and played some golf this morning, and let's just say it was a bit hot and humid for us, and the winds were actually picking up pretty significantly, but they've died down here at about 8 miles per hour now. Starting to get some cloud cover coming in off of these thunderstorms around the Mexico side on the western, if you go out more west, but 79 degrees is what we're currently at. We're going to see it drop down here just a little bit, but temperatures are going to be once again rising up. 94 degrees was our high. Felt like 105 outside with the dew point temperature relatively high as well, but 98 degrees was our records. We were 4 degrees away from breaking that record. Thankfully, we did not break it, but southeasterly winds are flowing. Got this warm front meeting this cool front causing a major severe weather event going on around the DFW area, and we got a little couple dry line showers and thunderstorms popping up, and that's why we're getting that cloud cover for us here. But this is the front line we're going to be watching as it's going to be making its way down here with this major low pressure system. That's going to be giving us our rain chances that we've been talking about. Now here for tomorrow, we got a Monday for a marginal risk. Now that's from that system that is well north of us. We'll go to it right here. That's moving in a southeasterly direction. Now we may get the tail end of it, but it's going to be significantly weakening by the time it gets down here. So we'll only have to be dealing with possibly some showers and maybe a little thunderstorm along with that. But lots of stuff going on with this. Some severe thunderstorm warnings popped up. A little tornado warning has popped up there just east of Sherman. It's a pretty significant event. We got 90-mile-an-hour winds in some of these areas. So if you're up there, I mean, definitely be taking shelter with it. Now here, looking at the future tracker, we're going to be looking at these move in a southeasterly direction here by 2 a.m. on Monday. But there's what we're looking at, some possible isolated cells with some showers, maybe some thunderstorms along with it by 7 a.m. It'll be sticking around here till about 9 a.m. By the noontime, it should be all out of the way, and we'll start with our sunny skies beginning in the afternoon time, and temperatures will once again be rising up. Now, we're going to be looking at for this week, we're going to be possibly seeing maybe some more marginal risks in our forecast here. We got a decent amount of bulk shear that could possibly spin up maybe some smaller hail with it. It's not anything significant like what's going on up here by 11 p.m. But as we go into Monday, looking at that big severe thunderstorm issue going on up there, it should be possibly a slight risk going on around the Austin area by the afternoon time. But for us, we're not going to be seeing that until, or any of that until we get into the Wednesday, Thursday time frame for more of the rain here. So Wednesday morning, looking like we're going to start getting our significant showers and thunderstorms beginning to pop up here, as well as the afternoon time. But as we get into Thursday, we're going to continue seeing that as well. And it'll be sticking around. This front line that is moving on down here is actually going to be stalling out, so we're going to be seeing rain chances continue. Now we have our high pressure system that's over here. It's now moving westward, and that's what's opening this door for us for showers and thunderstorms here coming into the weekend. And there's that dip right there that we desperately need to get that convective system to be making its way here. So Wednesday into Thursday, that's going to be our best time here, possibly even Friday, but that high pressure is going to be moving back here as we head into the weekend time, and you know what that means. Temperatures will be jumping up again here. So 81 degrees tomorrow morning, and we'll be jumping right back up into the 90s, but possibly getting the mid, maybe upper 90s here. But Victoria, a couple showers here tomorrow morning, 93 south-southeasterly winds at about 14 miles per hour. May see a couple showers in Port Lavaca as well with that system, as well as Cuero. But sunny skies are in our forecast for the afternoon time. But the next 7 days, we got rain chances. So a bit of a change. We do need the rain for the month of June, so we'll continue to keep watching this. Don't forget to scan the QR code for more news, weather, and sports. And speaking of sports, we got Ray.
Thank you, Jacob. We have a few results from the NCS South Texas Softball State Tournament. We hear from some of the winners and more coming up in sports. After winning the state qualifying tournament on their home turf at Indian Stadium, the Ganado Indians find themselves in the 7-on-7 state tournament. This was a hard-fought victory for the Ganado Indians against teams from all over the Crossroads. The official state tournament will be on June 26th and June 27th later on this month. This will be at College Station, so this looks to be another fun experience for the people of Jackson County. The likes of Tidehaven, Kennedy, Pauth, some other similar teams that will meet Ganado in College Station. Which brings me to your Sunday sports viewer poll, Crossroads. Let's hear from you. And does the 7-on-7 state tournament help build excitement for the fans in this football offseason? I am approaching, can you believe I'm approaching a full year here in the Crossroads? And one thing that I've understood being down here in Victoria is football is king. And does some 7-on-7 action prepare you guys for the fall? Let's see. We got 62% that says yes, 33% that says no, and 5% unsure. Well, I know when football season comes, we'll all be excited. But the National Championship Organization, Sports Organization, South Texas State Softball Tournament wrapped up their state tournament today at the Youth Sports Complex. The Texan Hustle softball team was still a team that was a force to be reckoned with all throughout divisions. They were number 1 in the 10U open standings, and their 12U division was in the top 2. But the 18U sees the SRE softball team as the number 1 team, and just below them is the MIS with 14U. The 14U with 700 points. And speaking of SRE and MIS softball, we do have the fallout from the 14U division championship matchup. This 18U championship matchup featured MIS taking on SRE, and this game saw the two teams bring out the best in one another. At the end of it, it saw the MIS 14U division softball team come out victorious. Here's a word from both MVPs from each team.
This tournament was really good. We had fun as a team. I had so much fun today. Our bond's really good. We're becoming like sisters, and I think we just support each other with our ups and downs, and they making me feel very comfortable.
It feels great because we went undefeated all weekend, and we're playing up. We're a 14U team, so it was like great competing against girls that are older than us. Yes, I mean, we're always like laughing, and we're always like talking and having a good time in the dugout. We have fun and we play hard, and we just love playing the sport that we love.
Congratulations to those young athletes. And on to the MLB, talking about the Houston Astros. They fall to the Cleveland Guardians, final score 4-2. The Astros make 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning, but it still wasn't enough in the late rally. The Astros still take the series as the final was 2-1. And thankfully, this loss doesn't affect the Astros' current standings as they are still the number 1 team in the AL West. Cam Smith had the only RBI with a double homer. They will prepare to take on the White Sox on Tuesday. But that does it for your sports. Trenton?
Thank you, Ray. Now stay with us. Coming up, families enjoy some time at the lake with local first responders. Now to some fun news from yesterday. Casting with Cops featuring Victoria Police and County Departments. Families got to reel in some fun with their local authorities, and just look at how much fun everyone is having in these photos, courtesy of the Victoria Police Department Facebook page. And honestly, it looks like a lot of fun. That's a big fish.
Yeah, that's a pretty big fish.
They
That's
did pretty
crazy.
good.
Dude, that is crazy.
I know.
Do y'all fish? When y'all fish, do y'all throw them back in or do y'all keep them and cook them?
There's some rules to that.
Yeah,
I don't want to say.
It depends on the fish, I guess.
Oklahoma
But
here
if
talking,
it's-
guys. Okay, I'm from Oklahoma.
If it's a bass, I'm putting it back.
Absolutely.
If it's a bass,
We're all
I'm
about
putting it back.
conservation.
I actually went fishing on Saturday.
What?
Caught a couple little 3-pound small bass or
Okay.
largemouth bass.
Yeah,
So pretty cool.
it's nice fishing weather. I'll say that. I mean,
It's going to start going downhill though. Unfortunately, we're going to get those rain chances coming back up, which is a good thing for us. But Monday, Tuesday would probably be that better time to go fishing because it's about a 30%. We're going to have little showers pop up here tomorrow morning. Those will dissipate, but looking at 50%, 60% here Thursday. Temperatures are also going to be dropping too, so it'll be a little cooler. It'll feel more like typical summer, we'll say that, not 105, 106.
Absolutely.
But rain chances for the next 7 days.
I'll tell you what is warming up. The Generals with the Texas Collegiate Baseball as they won their game against the Gumbo Gators. Final score 7-6. So just had to throw that out there real quick.
Don't they got something in this weekend? Isn't there a little free event or something?
Yes, that's later on this weekend and stuff. So stay tuned. Max will fill you guys in with that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us tomorrow. Have a great night.